transition just something that you've just spoken about just a few minutes ago, which was on YouTube. I see you're big on YouTube. What led you to do it? And offline, I think you told me that this has been a 4-month journey, and you've been able to amass 4,000 subscribers. Have you been able to do it? And also, what led you to going to YouTube? And more so, you're not just leveraging YouTube, but across the other platforms, Instagram, TikTok. You said you do a live on TikTok. So tell us how your journey has been going social media and digital in terms of spreading your message.
Perfect question. So now, YouTube happened as a coincidence because I used to spread this information. Remember, basically, I took 2019 specifically for research and studies about diets and healthcare. So my 2019 was a little idle, but covered with total books and researches. So now, I used to, in 2020, I started posting stuff on my WhatsApp status because now I had a massive following on WhatsApp because I had a business, remember. So I used to market stuff on my WhatsApp, my shop.
Nice.
So now I had this massive, it started somewhere. So I had this massive following on WhatsApp. So anytime I posted something and everybody just accepted it, and some people asked questions that I really wanted them to ask, because sometimes I used to post this stuff to elicit conversations. Okay. So I used to post this stuff and see how people react to things, and then I started to understand where misconceptions are. For instance, I posted something that totally brought a lot of problems even to my bosses at that moment in time. I posted something about H. pylori and ulcer treatment. So contrary to what people know, that ulcers is caused by hyperacidity, so excess acid in the stomach, in quotes, because there's no word like hyperacidity. Ulcers is caused by actually lowering or limiting that acid. You see, there's some misconception with that. So we give you drugs that are actually supposed to neutralize that acid and to stop acid production, which is a normal biological function. You're not supposed to stop biology. You don't. You can give drugs to augment that biological function, but you don't stop the biological function. So we give you antacids, we give you omeprazoles, and all these alter the environment of the stomach by making it low in acid concentration. Now, these people take these drugs and then they come back and tell you, I've taken these drugs and I've never survived. I still have my ulcers, it's even getting worse, because we made it worse through drugs. So my boss warned me about it and told me, hey, the rate at which you're going, it will become a problem for you in the future. And then I told him, if that problem is solving a human problem, then so be it. So it came as a coincidence. So now I'm posting this stuff all over and people are starting to appreciate this. So everybody's asking, hey, how do we do about this? Then I decided to just do a test, because my dad was diabetic and was on and off, in and out of hospital all the time. And I was thinking, if at all I want to do some investments, every time I'm spending money on healthcare of my dad, it's not making sense. So I traveled home. I went and just initiated this different lifestyle to him instantly. I'm glad he took it positive and he adapted it. And like 6 months down the line, he was off the drugs. His blood sugars had stabilized. He was feeling better. He didn't go to work with breakfast. He used to eat weirdly. He eats at 7, then goes again, is hungry at 10, he's hungry at 1, at 4. So the normal lifestyle we live. So he eats like 6 meals a day. So I went and cut off those meals and he improved. So I got motivated. So if I can try this to somebody who is totally close to me and he survives, then basically it's something that really works. So again, I became now bold about it, because I had it inside me, but I wasn't bold as such. So I became bold about it. I started rubbing shoulders with doctors and stuff. But again, when you explain it to them, they start thinking, okay, so you'll see, he will not accept it. However, he will consult you some other time about something. Then you know, okay, so this one hit him hard. Then you realize. Then I realized in the healthcare system, we have interns. Then we have the old doctors. In between, we don't have these people. And I started wondering, why is that so? And then I realized, after internship, the doctors realized they don't have jobs. So some of them either go abroad for studies or they go find jobs outside. So we are left with the mentors who had the science of those days, and they are so resistant to information. And they are passing this to the interns who are coming in as new doctors. So the cycle is there, it's just continuing. So what do you do to change this? Inform these interns about stuff, make sure they get it, then let them help you challenge the status quo. So
But
that's
don't
how
you
I
also
get.
think there's probably a corruption of that system by Big Pharma? Because I would imagine some of those doctors, because of the influence they have, become more or less salespeople and spokesmen of this Big Pharma. So,
Yeah.
And I would even imagine, I think if you go further, you'd see the influence of it down to university level. So these people are already trained with that kind of thinking and mindset. So even when they go into the practice, they're already in the bag of the Big Pharma.
I like that thinking, because the same old doctors are the same lecturers who are training these interns. Now, the best thing here is once an intern comes out of university, he comes with vibrance. Is this guy full of the syllabus and he wants to exercise that syllabus? Then you give him a case scenario. So you don't push him to believe what you're saying. You just give him a case scenario. Here we have a diabetic patient, and this is the condition. He has been on these diabetic drugs for 7 years, and now he's going for amputation. So we are heading to the theater for amputation of this guy. Then you ask this guy, kindly tell me, why are we going to the theater for an amputation? Yet this guy has been on drugs for 7 years. Now, you've not told him to, to challenge those guys, but you've made him start thinking. You see, so that's what I did. And actually, up to now, I still have that resistance. There's so much fighting. Those guys, the bigger ones, they get a lot of money, by the way. These medical representatives give them a lot of money. And these guys, remember, they're also involved in propagating this system. So they're the one that in COVID time, they were called the experts. Yeah, so they are called for consultation. And what they are being consulted is just what they have in their heads from the syllabus. Okay? So it's a little hard, but that's why I'm on YouTube, because I want this information to start spreading wide, so that, because doctors have no problems, but you realize you walk into a hospital, you want to talk to a doctor about weight loss, and the doctor you're talking to is extremely obese and is okay with it. So how will he guide you through weight loss journey? I told you I was 102 kgs, and that time I was still a doctor. So I was advising people on how to eat carbohydrates, avoid red meat and stuff. I was that plugged. So I didn't understand these things until I took it as a deliberate effort to understand it. Then I totally lost weight from 102 to 76, where I am right now. So I have a story ready. So if I give you this story and then you start thinking, okay, so this is my picture at 102 kgs, this is my picture and the duration is this. So you don't have a problem. Just try for 1 month, and then if you see no change, then you can go back to eating what you eat. So that's why I started YouTube, because YouTube is a platform where you can spread information quickly. So I started actually with Telegram, then I went to YouTube, then but Telegram has taken quite some time. So yeah, I think it's a year or so. But YouTube, I got motivation from the famous Andrew Kibe, of course. So he just once he just say, I don't know how, I can't remember the details of that live, but I was present and I was following this guy and wondering, this guy has information, and within a short period of time, he has been able to hit people's heads hard, and people are starting to have conversations about it. So I said, why not? Let me just do this, and whatever comes may. And here we are, bro. We're still going.
Wow.
So yeah, someday we'll
Congrats.
Thank you.
And how have you been able to grow your subscribership so fast?
You see, the point
what do you
is,
think would explain that?
I never focused on subscribers. That is the weird part of the story. I was out there to just put out. Actually, if you see, my YouTube started with shorts. I used to post shorts, all of these short videos, 1 minute video and stuff. And I had started TikTok a month earlier. So on TikTok, they only used to take a minute video. So I didn't know you can do a whole video in TikTok. So I used to just put my phone like this and record 1 minute video talking about misconceptions about health. Then one time I talked about margarine, and within I think 2 weeks I had hit like 50,000 views and about I think 8,000 comments and questions. So I was like, oh, so out here people want information. Only that the people who are propagating wrong information happens to be the people who are in the healthcare system.
Yeah.
So you see, it's my role to correct that. And whatever comes as a result of that, the consequences that come as a result of that, I'm just doing justice. So I chose that route, and I never focused. Actually, I remember Wasike was focused on subscribers. At some point, it's like, hey, will you ever get to 100 subscribers? And I'm like, bro, we don't need 100 subscribers. We just need to push our work, okay? So because if actually we are coming here to be honest and give this information, our intentions will not be subscribers, even though at the end of the day, you need the money or you need the facilitation. But remember, if it is a calling in you, then you have to push it. And how do you push it? Be as consistent as possible. Those subscribers come as a result of effort that you've put in. So it's a reward of effort. So work on the effort, then the reward will just come. So we stopped focusing on views and whatever. I just told him, let's just go hard. Let's improve along the way. If you do a video today, tomorrow we watch it, it's not perfect, we do another video, okay? So that we keep improving, small improvements. That's what we did. And we are amused by what is happening.
I like that. I think sometimes, and I guess when you get focused on the subscriber, it can start working against you. But when you're focused, one, you've got the right motivation. So you're not doing it for any external validation. It's for yourself. And then two, you've got that consistency. You just focus on the process, as they say. The rest, you're not the one to determine. So yeah,
actually,
I like
my
that.
biggest fear was, what if someday I get this backlash and my content is gone, as in I don't have any more content to give people? What if if those subscribers come, then they want so much content from me and I don't have something to tell them? So the what if in my head, the what if, I was listening to those voices in my head. I just said, come on. It's my YouTube anyway. I can log out if I want. Yeah.
Pack it and then you just publish it. So the rest you leave it to. Anyway, so I really appreciate it. What else? Just tell us a little bit about where people can connect with you. You know, if you can plug in some of your socials. I know the YouTube is Health and Wellness Spot. Just tell us all about it and where people can connect with you.
So most times I forget it. Let me just write it down, then I say it. So
I'll make sure actually
Telegram,
also to put it. I'll put it on my description, but just go ahead and mention it. Yeah.
So for Telegram, I have a channel on Telegram that is called Health with Dr. Muchile, LO.
Okay.
Health with Dr. Muchile, LO.
LO.
Yes, so that is Telegram. On Instagram, I go by the name Dr. Lewis _Muchile. So Dr. Lewis _Muchile.
Yes.
And then on YouTube, we have Health and Wellness Spot. Spot is SPOT. There's no R. So Health and Wellness Spot. Then where else? On Facebook, I'm still Lewis Muchile. So everywhere you search Lewis Muchile, you'll see me.
Great.